A very good afternoon to one and all. This is Dr. Pranay Dute, and I am here to deliver today's lecture on fault and faultings. This is a part of your elementary physical and structural geology paper for the BSc Geology second semester. And the objective behind this lecture is to know about the process. So you can see that there is a in subject. In the subject, you have in the subject you have a three different component. One is elementary, one is physical, and one is structural geology. Elementary means a basic knowledge about the subject. Elementary means a basic knowledge about the subject. A physical means whatever the process we the operating on Earth, that is a physical process. All are the physical process, and the structural geology and the structural geology. So elementary, physical, and structural geology. This is a three different part of the subject. Fault and faulting is a part of your third thing. There is a structural geology. Fault and faulting is a part of your structural geology. So faults are the structures basically. And in this lecture, we are going to see the what is the fault, what is the faulting process, and what is the mechanism behind this faulting, and what kind of different type of faults are existed on our Earth. So this is the all about your this lecture. The main objective behind this lecture is to know about different kind of structure present on our Earth. So let's start with the definition, a very basic thing, that is the definition. So a fault is any surface or zone in the earth across which measurable slip develop. Any fault or zone across which any fault or zone across any surface at which your measurable sleep is developed. Now, what does it mean by measurable sleep? What does it mean by measurable sleep? Measurable sleep means a displacement. A measurable sleep is nothing but a displacement of a body. So, faults are fracture on which sleep develops primarily by the brittle deformation process. Fault zone is a brittle structure in which loss of cohesion and slip occurred on a several fault within a band of definable width. So you can have a three different characteristic aspect of the fault given in these three uh, pictures or three first three lines. What a fault? A fault is any surface or zone in the earth across which measurable slip develop. Faults are fracture. Faults are also can consider as a fracture. So what is the difference between fracture and fault? They you may if you see these the pictures and if you see the real time fracture and faults, you may get confused between the faults and the fractures. But these two are the different independent parameter, independent structure. The basic difference between fault and the fracture is a basic difference between fault and fracture is fault is having a displacement, whereas fracture is just a crack. Fault is having a displacement, whereas fracture is just having a crack. Fault zone is a brittle structure in which loss of cohesion and slip occur on a several fault within a band of definable width. Within a band of definable width. Then you have a shear zone. You have a shear zone. What the shear zone is all about? Shear zone is a occur at a depth. Shear zone is about to occur at a depth without definable displacement on the surface. The shear zone is about to occur at a depth without a definable displacement on the surface. So this is a picture which suggests what is the faulting and what kind of mechanism is involved behind the faulting. So you can see this first picture, picture number A. Picture number A is just a fault. Picture number A is just a fault. So you can see that there is a two word written there: footwall and hanging wall. Footwall and hanging wall. What is the footwall and what is the hanging wall? A footwall and hanging wall is nothing but just two unit which is separated due to the stress and strain in the soil. So you can see that this unit get displaced up to here. This unit is get up to here. So this kind of displacement has been takes place in this scenario, and this process is known as faulting. This process is known as faulting. In the B, figure B, what you can see a fault zone. In the figure B, you can see the fault zone. What is the fault zone? Fault zone is nothing but a fault zone is nothing but a displacement. Fault zone is nothing but a displacement of the unit, a displacement of the unit in the area of that displacement. The area of that displacement is known as fault zone. D is also a fault zone. So A, B, C, D, you can have a different kind of figures which illustrated. Now, when you know that any structural unit is having a different kind of levels of the observation. A different kind of this one is having a level of observation. We use nowadays now we use a correlative scale of observation. Which that four scales? One is optical scale. One is optical scale. One is a microscope or even an electron microscope scale. Then you have a mesoscale, which is a single outcrop. Macro, a regional scale. Mega is a quantitative scale. So you go from the micro to mega, means from smaller unit to a larger unit. From smaller unit to larger unit, you goes from the first to the last. So in a microscope, you can see the microscopic faulting. And second point is a meso, that is a single outcrop or a single scale. Macro is on a regional scale, means you have a large number of area, like kilometer of area is under the this one. Then you have a mega scale. Then you have a mega scale. So mega scale is just a plate dimensional or plate tectonic theory that is considered as a mega scale. So different kind of observation, different kind of a scale can be used to locate or to describe a fault system in the subject. So now you can see these pictures. Pictures can be seen. You can see what we have talked about in the last slide. The 3 to 4 different kind of structure. So this one is also a 3 different kind of structure: a fracture, a mesoscopic, and aerial photograph. So fracture, which is seen under the microscope, is a microscopic. Mesoscopic, which is in outcrop, or you can say which is seen by this one. Fault trace is in aerial photograph. Fault trace is in aerial photograph. Then what is the fault component? What is the fault component? The rocks which is adjusted, the rock which is adjusted to the fault surface is the wall of fault. Rock adjacent to the fault surface is known as wall of fault. And the body of rock that moves as a consequence of a slip on the fault is fault block. If the fault is not vertical, if the fault is not vertical, we can distinguish between the hanging wall and the body above fault plane is a footwall. So two component of the fault, which is very useful and very important, is footwall. Now, in this picture, you can easily you can identify the footwall and hanging wall relationship. A footwall and hanging wall relationship. So this fault is go into the up throw position. This fault is go to the up throw position. Now the question is, when we are going to the any fault system, when we are going to the any fault system, how we can describe the attitude of the different faults? How we can describe the attitude of the fault? We can describe using the strike, deep angle, deep direction, head, net slip vector, strike slip component, deep component. How we can see in the text slides. Now you can see the different component that of throw, fault plane, index pole seam. So in the next slide, you can see the a throw. You can see the throw. What is the throw? So, so the net slip is a net slip is nothing but the, you can say, the a displacement. Net slip is nothing but a displacement between the two strata. A fault type. A fault type. What is the different kind of fault type? Deep slip fault, strike slip fault, and oblique fault. So this is the most common type of fault type. This is the most common type of faults. Deep slip fault, strike slip fault, and oblique fault. This is the three different kind of faults are there. What is a deep slip fault? What is the deep slip fault? It's just a normal fault. It's a deep slip fault. Okay. Strike slip fault, which is goes along to each other, means transformation. Oblique, a left lateral normal movement. So a type of normal fault that is called as a Listing normal fault. Listing is nothing but is called as a word of a spoon-shaped fault. It's a spoon-shaped fault. So fault reduce in a deep as it goes deeper, roll over an anticline. This is a Listing fault. This is a Listing fault. An example of Listing fault. You can see the always one of the this time the scale is itself or herself, woman or whatever the human, this one. The scale, you can see the this displacement. This one is a fault line. This one is a fault line. This one is also one of the fault where you can see the different strata can be get together. There is a vegetation and suddenly you can get a different strata. So this one is a fault scarp. This unit is known as the fault scarp unit. A misleading scarp. Sometimes a misleading scarp, if the fault move rock of much different strength together, differential erosion may create a fault scarp. Such a scarp may have deeps opposite to that of the underlying fault. This is a different. This is a different classes of a fault. This is the different classes of a fault. This is a before movement, and this is a after movement fault. Now you can have a concept of a extensional and contractional fault. What is the extensional and what is the contractional fault? What extensional means when you have a faulty, your fault will be get displaced there. That is the extensional. Whereas the your contraction is the just when it get back. Now you have attributes of deep sleep fault. Now you have attributes of deep sleep fault. What is the attribute of deep sleep fault? Normal fault and thrust fault. Normal fault and thrust fault is the two different parts which having a deep sleep faults. Next, you have attributes of deep sleep fault summary. So normal fault and thrust fault is what kind of difference between these two has been occurred or observed. Now, when the normal faults are there, it omit a stratigraphy. It puts younger rocks on top of older rock, extend layering, repeat whereas thrust fault, repeat stratigraphy, puts older rock on top of younger rock, contracts layering. So this is a different kind of scenario for the normal fault as well as thrust fault. This is the attribute of deep sleep fault. This is the original distance, distance after faulting, distance after the faulting means obviously when you have a faulting, when you have a distance can be separated out. This is a strike slip fault. A strike slip fault means just a displacement one along. Whereas in a normal faulting, you have a vertical displacement in your strike slip fault one along. So you can have an example. For example, this is a two block. It can be displaced one another like this. This is known as the displacement fault. This is a normal faulting. This is a normal faulting. What is the normal faults? Normal faults are nothing but a normal fault is nothing but a fault when you have a foot wall and hanging wall is in a normal condition. This is a reverse fault. This is a thrust sheet diagram. So reverse fault when it is in a low angle reverse fault is known as the thrust fault, or it is simply you can say the thrust also. So normal reverse unit, a normal reverse fault is known as the thrust fault. Normal reverse fault is known as thrust fault. You can see that you can see in the Himalayan terrain. In the Himalayan terrain, the most of the fault which you have is a thrust fault, because the Indian plate get towards the your Eurasian plate like this, and you have a thrusting. A thrusting means a low angle reverse fault. So it get reverse. It gets reverse. So that's why you can say this as a thrust. The Himalayan fault are the mostly the thrust fault. Then you have a window. Then you have a window that is a shore through a eroded and this one. So window is a fenster. Thrust fault are often thin sheet and erosion may open holes in them. A hole through a thrust sheet is called as a fenster or window. An eroded area of thrust sheet that displays the rock beneath the thrust sheet. Triangular teeth point upward faster are used on the map. What is the clippe? Clippe is just a erosion leaf or a isolated remnant of a thrust sheet, which is surrounded by an exposed foot wall. The remnant is called a cliff. The German is a cliff. We use a cliff internationally. German use cliff. Cliff are indicated on map by inward pointing teeth. how which what is planned. So you have autochthonous, allochthonous. So these two are the a different kind of body of rocks that remain a site of origin where it is rooted at its basement. Although not moved from their original site, many rocks have been moved so far from their original sites that they differ greatly in the faces. So this is, you can see the different. This is a block, rock block, or a displaced rock block. You can see here this unit and this unit get displaced. This unit and this unit get displaced from one another. From one another. A description of fault. A description of fault deep. Now you can have a fault that is a displacement unit of the one another. Now the deep of the fault is depending upon the horizontality or a unit of this one. So 0 degree horizontal fault, a 0 degree horizontal fault, 0 degree fault is a nothing but just a horizontal fault. 0 degree fault is nothing but a horizontal fault. 0 to 10, 0 to 10 degree fault is nothing but a sub horizontal fault. 0 to 10 degree fault is nothing but a sub horizontal fault. 10 to 30 degree Celsius fault is known as the shallowy dipping faults. 30 to 60 moderated dipping fault. More than 90 degrees Celsius is a vertical fault. So this one is a nothing but a different kind of description or different kind of things are there. So you can have a cross section. You can have a cross section of the this cage, which various type of fault are using there. This is a emergent fault. This is a emergent fault. Fault can also terminate at the ground surface or appear to. The San Andreas fault does terminate at the ground surface and is called as a emergent fault. It's called as a emergent fault. Exhumed fault. What is the exhumed fault? A fault which is other fault than the blind when they form may be exposed by erosion to become exhumed fault. It may active or inactive. Blind faults are those faults which terminated before reaching to the surface. Means you cannot see the expression on a surface. You on the surface, but you can have a this faulting has been done below the surface. You can have a faulting below the surface. So this one is known as the blind fault. Blind fault by definition do not directly affect the surface. Blind faults by definition do not directly affect the surface. Nevertheless, surface elevation can be changed as monoclinal fault. Fault length and displacement. Fault length and displacement. This is a general relationship. This is a general relationship supported by the research within the last 2 decades. The longer the fault, the greater the displacement. The longer the fault, the greater the displacement. The best fit to the data is D, C, L, and with the where D displacement, L fault length, C is a constant, and N is a called a fractal dimension. A prediction of fault length or displacement. A prediction of fault length or displacement can be done using the offset or some specific value there. Now you have a slickness side are the what is the slickness side or slip lineation. So what is the slickness side are the fault surface. Slickness side is a fault surface where you have a a feature that have been polished and scratched. So you can see this picture, you can see easily a slickness side. These all are the beautiful features. Now this one is a fault breccia. What we mean by fault breccia? You know that there is a three different kind of rocks: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. This is a three different kind of fault we have. So three different kind of fault, three different kind of process involved in it. So in a fault breccia, what does it mean? A fault breccia is nothing but a rock, a crushing rock, a crushed rock by the faulting process. In a faulting process, you have to go one another. So this is known as a fault breccia. This is known as a fault breccia. Then you have a indurated breccia photomicrograph. Then you have a indurated breccia photomicrograph. Photomicrograph of fault breccia in the antennae formation blue ridge prominence. Breccia from when rocks are extensively fractured in a fault zone and are cemented together. Mineral participate in the cracks and fracture. Note the angular fragment of quartz sandstone in the matrix of fine grained iron oxide cement. This is known as the this is a fault gauge photo. Continuous movement along the fault may form a fault. Then you have a pseudo triclite photo. A silicate rock that is an excellent insulator and heat generated by friction does not escape. A temperature in excess to 1000 are possible here. These are some of the photographs of this calcite and this one fault. This is a quartz fibers. Now you have formation of pits. You have a formation of pits. How the pits have been formed? Any step on the fault surface, any steps on the fault surface subjected to the pressure solution experience more pressure than the areas around them. Restaining step become a pitted by the pressure solution, forming a stridolite. Releasing step become the locus of grain growth. San Andreas Fault to the left and Hayward Fault to the right of Bengal. So this one is all are the most two are the different kind of faults are there. San Andreas is nothing but also considered as a transform plate boundary. San Andreas is also called as a transform plate. Here you have two different kind of plates. Transform plate boundary. There is a three different kind of plate boundaries. One is constructive plate boundary that is known as a convergent plate boundary, where two plates can get together. This is a plate. Plates is nothing but a lithospheric part of the earth, which is floated toward your asthenosphere. With this part of asthenosphere and this part of this lithosphere is known as plate. Lithosphere part is known as the plate, and asthenosphere part is known as the this one. So you can have a asthenosphere and lithosphere both, and San Andreas fault is a best example for this one. This is a clay experiment. We can model the situation by placing a clay layer over the two wooden block and then moving one block opposite the other as shown in the figure. The clay will accommodate some of the strain but will be ruptured. A formation of radial shears. The first fracture are short shear fracture inclined to the trace of the through going fault. They are called a radial shear and generally occur as the conjugate pair. The acute twisting or radial shears give the local orientation of Q1. A new triple junction. What is a new? You can have a different kind of bond is acute tectonic, and that will be junction together. Then you have a fault, and then you have holding. What is the difference between these two one? Fault is nothing but a displacement, whereas the faulting is a where is the fold is a zigzag like structure shown by this one. Fold is this fold is nothing but a zigzag like structure shown by the. I can show you this one in a better. I can show you in a whiteboard. Maybe you can able to understand more in a more better way, more in a more good way. Just see the on a whiteboard. So two things are there. One is fault. One is fault. One is fault. So fault is nothing but you have a two block. You have a two block A and B. A and B two block you have. When this two block get displaced, one block get other side, one block get other side. So after this displacement, it looks like this one A block and this is a B block. This is the A block and this is a B block. So A and B block get together one another after the folding. What is mean by fold? What is meant by fold? Fold is nothing but a zigzag like mountain. A zigzag like mountain. This one is known as fold. This one is known as folding. So this is a fold. This is a fold, a zigzag like structure. And the displacement is fold. So this is a simple simple explanation to the fold and fold. This is a simple explanation to the fold and fold. Hope you understand from this one is in a better way. Now we move to the come to the slide again. Now sometimes fault is also propagate of faults. So faults, propagation faults, bend fault, folding, accompany faulting, detachment faults, and drag faults. So these are the different kind of folding are there. A fault propagation fault is a development of fault. A fault propagation of faults is nothing but a development of faults. This is the fault propagated fault. This is a fault propagated faults. A bend in the fault surface may cause a faulting strata that move past the bend. The moving layer must accommodate the bend without gaps or overlaps. Faults that form in this manner are called a fault bend fault. So this is a displacement of the rock block. In the process of displacement, it get folded. It get folded. So a displacement of rock block or this is the fault, and this one is known as. So diagram of a fault based fault development. This is a diagram of fault based fault development. How the fault gets developed. By this animation, how the motion of this faulting has been done. This is how your fault is get propagated. This is another. So this one is a faulting, and again the in the process of faulting you have folding like this one. So this is a process, means when you have a faulting you have a displacement, or you have a this. This is a field photograph. Now you can see the what is the difference between field photograph and the imaginary thing. Whatever the this picture is just a imaginary thing, a textbook things are it's written by or by sketch. But this is the field photograph. That one is the more important, because what happened in a field photograph in a geology subject, especially what happened. This is the own experience of mine, that what you seen in a textbook and what you seen in a field is a totally a different altogether different concept. In a field it's a very hard to identify those things. It's very hard to identify those things in a field. In a textbook or in this one you can easily identify. This is a fault. Now this one is a hanging wall and this one is a footwall. This is a different kind of faults. So now you have a fault system, three type of fault system: normal fault, reverse fault, and strike slip fault. A normal fault. What is a normal fault? A rotation of a hanging wall block tilt the surface of the hanging wall toward the fault, which create a half graben block. So this one is known as the normal fault. So this is some of the example of the fault, normal fault. So you have a host and graben. Host and graben is nothing but you can see the different two kinds of unit which is goes under is known as graben. Host is a upper surface. When two adjacent normal fall deep toward each other, the central block slides down to form a graben. The remaining high ground in the between is called as a host. This type of faulting is common in a rift system. Reverse fault system. What is the reverse fault system? Thrust fault array are usually either parallel or relay array. If there is no upper confining layer and imbricate fan forms, this forms right into the deep. So this one is known as reverse fault. So you have normal fault, you have reverse fault, where you have a duplex structure is formed. See, this is a thrust and mountain. So I already explained you that in a Himalayan region you have a reverse fault. That reverse fault is a low angle reverse fault, because of the when two plates get collide to each other, this one get abducted, mean get upper side, so it get reverse. It get reverse. Then you have a strike slip system. Then you have system. What is the strike slip? Adjacent means one another. The adjacent means one another. That is known as the strike slip. So these all are the example of the fault. So now in this lecture we already study about what is the mean by what is the fault, and what kind of faulting, what kind of faults are being used to have in a this one in a field photograph. So you can see the more a large number of photographs of faults. So these all are the faults. So I already tell you that the two kind of faults. One is a picture which is created by some of the art craft and all, and one is the field photograph. So in a field it's very hard to know, and it's very hard to uh, identify the fault. In a field it's very hard to identify the exactly faults, where the exactly faults are. So it's very good. Yeah, you can able to see this picture. You can see that this is a fault picture. Now you can see this is a fault picture. So this one is a extensional fault which create a fault. This is the extensional fault which create a fault. This is another fault photograph. So these photographs are very important. Photographs are very important. This is a San Andreas. So San Andreas is the best example. So if anyone asks you two example, a transform fault or transform plate boundary. So in a both way, in a both uh, that Pacific oceanic site where you have a subsidiary fault, there. So this one is the best example when you are talking about the transform plate boundary and transform fault. So all are the picture you can see, and in the detail you can see and observe many things. This is also film photograph. This is also a film. This is a microscopic. So now in a microscopic also you can able to see the different kind of microscopic characteristic of a rocks or a fault, a microscopic characteristic. So this one is a microscopic characteristic or microscopic rocks. This is a fault breccia again. So all this picture is a very good one, and this is the angular one. So angular sedimentary rock, which is having a more than a 2 centimeter of the grains, is known as fault breccia, or you can say the breccia itself. Breccia is nothing but a rock which is formed in a by the angular fragments. And when that angular fragment is originated from the this faulting unit, faulting things, this one is known as the fault breccia. This one is known as fault breccia. This is the overview of this is the just fault and the associated things. So you can have a different terminology associated with this one. What is the fault? What is the fault? What is the clip and all? You can see the images, pictures, and identify this one. A different kind of faults. What kind of fault exactly we are three different kind of faults. So you can easily see this one. So this is all about the today's lecture about the faults and faulting. Today's lecture is about the fault and faulting. Hope you this, you understand this concept. What is about what is the fault, what is the faulting, and different kind of relationship and the different kind of association. Also, in India, normally we get a thrust fault in the Himalaya. In India, you can have a thrust fault in the Himalaya. Um, Himalaya is a mountain area. All are the mountain area. So some of the faults are ranging from some of the kilometers to the hundreds of kilometers, and the this fault get propagate and make a huge earthquake. Like we have a Nepal earthquake now. From the loss, life loss, property loss, and all. So once we know that there is a fault is there, if you know that the fault is there, you can displace the people from there to the another place, so that no life of loss and no property loss can be seen there. So this is all about the pods and this related terminology. So I'm going to now close this PPT. You can have your all the question MCQ question in your LMS panel. So you can check and solve the question from the LMS panel. Interestingly, thank you all. Now I'm going to close this session.